Hey, what's up? I'm DynaBuster.
And I'm your friendly neighborhood robotic extraordinary Xenobot.
And welcome to Dynamic Revolution, where I do what I do best, and that's to review tons of crap. Well, today is going to be a pretty special episode.
Are you going to review Food Fight?
No, Rex, I'd rather have an enema filled with acid shoved up my ass and review something as crappy as that.
I hear that movie is infamous on the internet. It'll net you a lot of views.
Well, now that you insist, what could go wrong? What is that? Sorry about that. No, instead today we'll be paying homage to basically my favorite internet review show. It's a show that gave me inspiration to do this show.
Or the show that you basically copy from.
Shut up! No, I don't! And it's also a show that's basically celebrating its 10th anniversary this year. I'm of course talking about the one, the only, Toku Time. Forget about the nostalgia critic atop the fourth wall angry video game nerd, because today we're here to talk about Toku Time. Hosted by the man himself, Peterson, this is a show where he basically sits down and reviews a tokusatsu series or movie, or in some cases, do countdowns alongside with his two imagined friends, Rage Rider and Swallow Rider. Regardless of what he's reviewing is good or bad, Easy just brings his charm to make every one of his episodes a treat to watch. Whenever I watch his old episodes, I pretty much relate to him with his childlike nature, being the pupil to Rager. But his recent episodes make me want to look up to him, kind of like how he does with Joe Bob Briggs. So, what the heck, I'm going to do a countdown on my top 10 favorite Toku Time episodes. This is gonna be tricky given that I love basically every single episode of this show, but I'll make an effort. Good thing I'm dressed for the occasion. I got my Power Ranger shirt on, and I got my Wolf Morpher, to resemble how he wears morphers every single episode. Well, mainly it's because he has a virus inside and he wears them to keep it from killing him. But anyways, let's begin.
It begins!
Number 10.
Chodeno and Decade. More like Chodeno featuring Decade if you ask me. Starting off the list is practically one of Easy's funniest reviews. You can tell from the over-the-top intro scene.
Hurry, bring the car around, they're coming. Rage Rider, I need some electrical wire, some duct tape, and the biggest goddamn boot you can find. Move it! How did they find me? Damn it! Why does this always happen to me? Sick!
Every reviewer has something that leaves one hell of a mark. Linkara had Marville, Nerd had the Jekyll and Hyde gang, let's not talk about it. It was about time for Easy's return when it came to Chodeno and Decade. Well, then again, it was a Shirakura movie. What should you expect? Why I call this one of his funniest episodes because it was hysterical to see his reaction towards all the plot holes this movie had. Not even Rager can save him from this one. And when the end came, basically his sanity came crashing down. So basically just a normal day for Nikki Cross.
You was Yuto all along? That brat was Sakurai Yuto? You mean you sacrificed an entire movie around Dino, devoid of Serranos, one of the coolest anti-hero writers ever, and that stupid brat was Yuto all along? Ah! Feel away the shame. Demo was still good. Demo was still good.
But don't worry, nothing a review of Kamen Rider Agito can't fix. And hey, he gets a double dose of Rin Akiyama back to back.
Number 9.
The Toonami tribute. Just another of his laid-back episodes that I have a soft spot for. It was very interesting for him to give tribute to Toonami and its rich history. He just makes me want to be in his shoes and experience the impact Toonami had on kids at the time. It was really interesting to learn about the shows he loved, like the badass Dragon Ball Z and Gundam Wing, and how he had a huge crush on Sailor Moon.
Oh, Sailor Moon.
That's funny. I usually have the same reaction whenever I think of Meg Donnelly. Meg. Oh, you didn't delve into my fantasies or anything. Anyways, I'm glad how this episode encapsulates on how personal Toonami was to Easy, and it wasn't just some cheap excuse to get attention. Unlike with some other internet critics, but I won't name names. This tribute episode was proof why Toonami wasn't destined for destruction, but destined for greatness. Also, it's pretty cool that a dub for Kamen Rider Kabuto exists.
Walk the path of heaven to rule it all with Masked Rider Kabuto in Toonami. Snap on and transform. Cast off. At the cast-off command, Kabuto will take on the Rider form. That gives him more power and speed. Masked Rider Kabuto, tomorrow 8:30 a.m. in Toonami. Brought to you by Masked Rider Kabuto Sector by Bandai, available at all leading toy stores nationwide.
Life is cruel.
Number 8.
Deca Ranger vs. Zaba Ranger, Power Rangers SPD History, and Wormhole, which I like to call the When Worlds Collide Trilogy. Okay, I know, it's 3 different episodes, but I'm putting him here in the tie anyways, mainly because, well, 1, he's reviewing 3 different versions of the crossover between the same teams, well, kinda, and it's really important towards Toku Time storyline. In the first review, Easy revisits his old friends, the Deca Rangers, as they cross over with their predecessors, the Alba Rangers, to take on an alienizer who has the ability to shapeshift, and Mecha Barney.
Ah! Mecha Barney!
I love you, you love me, we're a happy
Die, you scrap metal from hell! No effect.
with a great big hug and a kiss from me to you.
In parts 2 and 3, Easy goes over the 2 crossovers between Power Rangers SPD and Power Rangers Dino Thunder, with the first one being average and the second being Superman 64 levels of bad. What I love about these reviews is the numerous funny scenes that makes them memorable, like with Jasmine dancing, the aforementioned Mecha Barney, the electric cuffs, the fake Tommy, etc. But these episodes are really important because this is where Easy meets his first foe, Robo Rider. I mean Shadow Moon.
What are you?
I'm your shadow. I'm what is lurking in the dark. I am what tortures your very soul. I'm Shadow Moon.
And it was worth it for him to put his weapons to use, especially his brand new Ixanakle, which belonged to his brother. Good introduction on showing when worlds collide.
Rider kick!
Number 7.
Toku Hackdown, Shin Kamen Rider. I'm going to admit that I was pretty scared of this rider when I first saw him. Is he gone? Anyways, this was a pretty neat crossover he had with Apollo Z Hack. After getting brainwashed in the last episode, the now corrupt Easy allies himself with Gear, as they plan to make Tokusatsu available worldwide with 4 kids. Hey, everyone, cool your jets. I mean, 4 kids isn't that bad in my opinion. But before he is eliminated, Hack proposes to do a review of Shin Kamen Rider with him. This was mainly built up towards the Review-Averse Saga, which is a really cool miniseries that stars Hack. I have a huge soft spot for crossovers, and whenever it comes to internet reviewing, this is no exception. In most crossovers, two of the sides are seen as allies, but when they're rivals is one thing. This is apparent when it comes to their opinions on Kamen Rider Decade.
What are you fracking doing? Are you out of your mind?
Oh, I'm sorry, Hack, but you've been a thorn in our sides for far too long. Besides, anyone who likes Decade as much as you deserves to die.
Regardless of their differences, their love for sci-fi and horror joined forces to review Shin Kamen Rider, which in its own right is very gruesome. Shin's final attack is proof enough.
Opponents.
Fatality.
The Toku Hackdown Special is one of many examples of what fun crossovers can bring.
Well, Hack, I don't like you and you don't like me. Temporary alliance?
Frack, yeah!
Number 6.
A Toku Time Christmas Carol. To basically everyone on planet Earth, if you could stop banking on the nostalgia of the Christmas Carol, that'd be great. Same goes for Disney and their live-action remakes. I point out facts, people. It was about Christmas time once again for Easy, but unfortunately, his review of Ryu Kendo's Christmas special just doesn't seem to cheer him up, because in past specials, he's reviewed crappy specials and eventually gets punished by getting a crappy Toku movie to review as a present. He decides to sleep it off, but if you read the title, you should know what happens next. The idea of Christmas Carol is actually a neat way to explore one's character, and it's really interesting to do something like that on Easy. I think my favorite part of this was when he revisited his childhood, basically riffing an old VR Troopers promo. That should lift up the spirits, right?
I did it. I relived my crappy past, and it still kinda sucks. Now if only I could tell my past self to get interested in girls and not Power Rangers. You won't grow up to be a loser.
Hey, Power Rangers can lead to great things like... I hate when I'm wrong. And then he is brought to the present, showing how biased he is towards his Zeo Christmas special. But then again, it was worth the drink he had.
Now, where was I?
I'll have to do the same if I had to sit through Rhapsody Street Kids. But then he's brought to his future, watching his old self die while reviewing the Super Samurai Christmas special. This changes him as he gets in the holiday spirit, only for a DVD of Ghost Sager to break that spirit. If you just want some holiday joy and sit back and laugh, I'd recommend this. Did I mention this was my favorite Christmas special of Toku Time?
Stupid Christmas, why do I get hyped up? I'm sleeping till February at least. At least I still got you, Sailor Moon. You understand me. Good night. It's over. Go away. Merry Christmas, you filthy animals. And a Happy New Year.
Number 5.
Kamen Rider the Next. In this episode, as opposed to Toku Movie Fridays, Easy will begin the Toku Movie Theater segment, where he will review a Toku movie, but not on a Friday. Serving as a sequel to Kamen Rider the First, which he reviewed as well, Kamen Rider the Next focuses on introducing a rebooted version of Kamen Rider V3. What I like about this review is the comedic riffing he puts into this film, making really funny jokes, and let's not forget the repetitive Chiharu subplot, even though we want to, but it seems this movie doesn't want us to do that. and it's always a treat to watch the well-executed action this movie has. Just don't watch or listen to the Chiharu Platinum Smile video. I heard it can kill you.
You good, DynaBuster?
Too bad Easy had to learn that too, thanks to a certain clone of his. Kamen Rider the Next. Is it a Toku movie or a J-horror? You decide, because surely Easy can't.
Number 4.
Ultra 7X and Top 10 Male Heroes. We get another tie in this list. Why? Well, because they're important build-up towards a very special episode. In the Ultra 7X review, it was fun to hear Easy's take on the spy thriller-esque reboot of Ultra 7, not to mention the comedic charm he has.
Ow! Stupid dramatic zoom lens.
That guy. Good thing stuff like that won't ever happen to me. In terms of storyline, Easy and Raider come across an attorney who's with the Alliance, the villains of the show. After dealing with them, they nab his phone for some info, leading into the next episode, the Top 10 Male Heroes Countdown. I do admit, Easy has said this is one of the episodes he regrets, but I still find some joy out of it. I mean, what can I say? Male heroes just need some love. Still waiting on the next Space Squad movie, Toei. It was still pretty fun for him to also poke fun at some of the American adaptations of certain Male Hero series. By the end of the episode, his conversation with the chairman was the least of his worries.
Yeah, well, as my brother taught me a long time ago, talk is cheap, asshole. Do your worst. Windbag.
But before we go on to number 3, always remember...
Jampasan fights for justice!
Number 3.
Easy and Maddie's Ranger Stop Adventure. This is another of my favorites because this is where I was introduced to Matty J, host of WrestleCast, and it's pretty fun to listen to his knowledge on wrestling. Now, what did they review, you might ask? Just try not to laugh.
No! Let me jump! Let me jump!
Yeah, it's like if the cheesiness you would see on a Toku, but dialed to 11. And of course, more comedy, but in Wrestling Edition.
I'd like to make a wrestling show. I see crime-fighting wrestlers. And their greatest enemy? A talking dog. Yeah. And the guy never loses. Never jobs. No sells everything. Big and bulky guy. I felt like I could find a guy like that for my company.
Vince, if only you could make another decision like that for WWE nowadays. Ever wanted to see a show that's like 60s Batman, but instead they're luchadors? I would recommend watching the show, but watch this review instead. You don't want to end up like Easy at the end.
I don't know if that was controversial. Funny, maybe, but not controversial.
What do you mean it wasn't controversial? That show was terrible. We suffered. I can give you controversy. Hey, you! What's your name?
Stan?
See? I just shot Stan.
Calm down, Easy.
I will not calm down. I'm just getting started. Rampage!
I don't know if that was controversial. That sure as hell is funny. That's easy reminder to remind you that the fan sub will never die. Later.
Number 2.
The Rise of the Dark Rider Trilogy. Alright, now it's getting good. To celebrate his 4-year anniversary, Easy finally goes up against his clone, Dark Rider, who's always been playing behind the scenes at times, such as posing as him and confusing the Imagines. This is definitely apparent in episode Blue when he reviews Let's Go Kamen Riders, but for the last time when he finally makes his appearance known to Easy.
Whoa! What the? Two of them? What in the name of Gamera is going on around here? Who are you? Why, I'm Easy Rider, baby. Easy Rider, baby? You are not. I am. I am. Me.
What a lovely singing voice you must have.
In episode Red, Suave, his second Imagine, has now formed the contract of Dark Rider, and Ranger, who was a Red Lantern, is now powered down. Easy is now forced to review Gower Ranger vs. Super Sentai, which is a glorified clip show of all things. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. After the review, Easy is forced to take on Dark Rider after he kills Ranger. Easy seems to have the upper hand, but Ranger is now revived as a Black Lantern. Dark Rider then takes the advantage.
Oh man, did you guys see that kick? That was so ninja. I think I'll call that the Dark Rider scissor kick. I like that. Well, we've had our fun. We have, right? Yeah, but this game's getting boring. I think we'll call it quits for today. Wait a minute. What's that? Ah! 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 I think I'll keep this. A little memento to remember you by. Whoa. Hey guys, I think he might be hurting without one of these on his arm. Could it be that imperfection has a little sickness and that he needs one of these to keep it out of him? Oh no! Without this, that little sickness is gonna eat you alive in a matter of minutes. Oh, how clumsy of me. Here, let me give it back to you. I don't think so.
Just the way how this feels. His closest friends turn on him, his enemy at the peak of victory, and Easy is on death's doorstep. But then, this happens.
You're not going to sleep on me now, are you?
I did my best. And it wasn't enough.
Doesn't matter. I'm proud of you. Mom and Dad would be too.
I just wish it didn't have to end this way.
Well, your number may not be up yet.
In episode Black, when Dark Rider takes the helm, and while reviewing the crappy Clash of the Red Rangers crossover movie, Easy just cleverly sneaks his way in, dressed as Dark Rider. Kind of like a spy, if you will. Huh. A spy. Wasn't there a spy Sentai team? One that was originally skipped over, but is now getting adapted into a Power Rangers season? Meh, who cares? I mean, it's not like Easy's gonna pay tribute to it.
I've had it with you. No more duels, no more fair fights. I'm ending you. Now! I don't have a huge problem with that review. But no! You didn't!
It's Morphin' Time!
Damn you, Easy Rider!
Wrong.
Easy Buster!
Even when Dark Rider is defeated, it doesn't help when he framed him, thus making Easy a wanted criminal. A perfect example on how not all stories have happy endings. Where will he go from now? Time will tell. I mean, he did move to a new place, but you know what I mean. But before we get on to numero uno, here are some honorable mentions. Okay, I kid. But still, here are some other favorite episodes of mine.
And DynaBuster's most favorite Toku Time episode is...
Well, I don't know if this episode is really important. I mean, Easy has regretted it. He tends to forget about whom I can. It's Moonrise! Just yes. The intensity this four-parter had, just everything about it. In his 2-year anniversary, Easy decides to give his 2 cents on Boukenger vs. Super Sentai, which celebrated the 30th anniversary of Super Sentai. It involves the Boukengers getting sent to a dimension by the time machine Chronos, and it's up to Eiji, aka Boken Silver, to save them with the help of previous Senshi, who he managed to find by using the Super Sentai address book. You know, I do wonder if I could get my hands on the Super Sentai address book. Just think of the hot female Senshi I could get in touch with, like Patron Sango or Mel... Wait, she's dead, and technically she doesn't count as a Senshi. You know, I'm getting off topic here. And then, the attack begins. I know it's not much. To some people, it's just stock footage, but just use your...
imagination!
And it could feel like something from Countdown to Destruction. Hell, he even uses footage from that episode. In part 2, Wraiths infiltrate the home and take his weapons. Not even Ranger can get him out of this. Pinned down, can't do jack crap. Now that's the best kind of struggle. Easy's forced to review Once a Ranger, which celebrates the 15th anniversary of Power Rangers. Poorly, I might add.
So, you've all been Rangers before?
Yep.
Well, except for me. See, I'm not a Ranger yet, but I will be. In the future, I'm gonna be the Green Ranger. Oh, and then I'm gonna be the Blue Ranger.
But you're wearing red?
Oh, yeah. Well, long story short, our mentor, who's a dog, got promoted to head of SPD, which used to be run by a bird, but he retired and went down to Miami, and then Sky got promoted, and I got promoted, and that's why I'm the Red Ranger. Or rather, will be. Makes sense to me.
Bridge is our Red Ranger for this anniversary. Bridge is a goddamn Red Ranger!
In part 3, Easy escapes the Wraith with a flashbang of all things and grabs a portable version of Hal, finding somewhere safe, and reviews Kamen Rider Decade episodes 24 through 25. Or in other words, the crossover with Shinkenger when he travels to their world. He is then given the Skull Magnum by the one and only Shotaro Hidari, which he uses in a cool shootout scene to get his weapons back, but eventually finds out from Ranger that there are bombs at the Wraiths planted throughout the entire city. In part 4, Shadow Moon takes action and holds Easy and Ranger captive, making him review... this.
Fast Rider.
Again, another really funny review, but anything that roasts Masked Rider is always destined to be funny.
Dex finally gets it into his thick skull that the Rangers aren't his enemies.
Hold it! We must know if they are telling the truth. How were you able to find us here?
We came because our friend Alpha 5 believed you were in danger. We're the Power Rangers.
Friends of Alpha are friends of ours. Welcome to Edenoid.
You know, in the interest of comedy, I'm just going to say what Tommy should have said in this moment here. You son of a bitch! You constantly attacked us when we kept trying to explain that we were on your side and we were here to help. You want to shake something? Shake this!
But whenever in doubt, there is always hope. Or something like that. The rest of the Reviewtopians fighting back, it just feels like Countdown to Destruction, as I mentioned earlier. Or need I say, maybe this little flick? Okay, maybe I'm getting ahead of myself. And also, congratulations on it becoming the #1 highest grossing film of all time! And, not to mention, Easy transforming into Black RX, and then later J, and especially, Ranger's Sacrifice. Tragic. Don't worry, he comes back to life as a Red Lantern.
Ranger, you're alive! And you're a Red Lantern! But you're alive!
In the flesh. Sort of. Looks like I got my wish granted for a change. I'm a Red Lantern now.
Ranger!
Easy! What the fuck? You sure have a funny way of saying hello and welcome back from the dead.
That's for lying about your name, jackass. I thought we agreed no more secrets.
Just this entire four-parter itself, man. Everything about it, from the jokes, the epic storyline, the struggle, all just reasons to earn itself at the #1 spot.
I passed through the city. It's in ruins. What do we do? How do we go on?
One day at a time, my friend. One day at a time. We rebuild, rethink, and repeat.
I mean, this is something you would, see as an Oscar contender. Okay, maybe not that far, but you get the idea. I love this four-parter. Hopefully someday I'll make something just as good as this.
Right.
And those are my favorite episodes of Toku Time. What are your favorites? Be sure to comment down below, and be sure to like and subscribe. And if you want to check out more episodes of Toku Time, go to his website, tokutai.me. Trust me, you're in for a treat. It means you will always be reminding you that the fan sub will never die. I'm your friendly neighborhood DynaBuster. Later.
「風が光る木々を揺らしてきらめく」「僕は思うこの瞬間きっと忘れないのだろう」「歩き続けた時間とか距離より計り知れない」人との出会い今も鮮やかに光なき場所で見ていたもの孤独の真ん中聞いてた Everlasting words In the past you gave me 星座巡っても変わらぬもの い絆永遠もう二度と会えないとしても Stay alive
Electro Saber, activate!
What? He didn't even stab them! So that teensy little blast from his sword took out 3 monsters in a row? Are you serious?